No, this guy. What is he on about? Get him.
He's calling you Islamophobic for saying that you'd rather a Jew than a Muslim.
No,
It is Islamophobic, though.
I don't know how that's. How is that Islamophobic, mate?
Saying you're scared of a Muslim because they're Muslim is Islamophobic.
No, I never said that. I said I would rather, if I was walking down the street, I'd be more scared of a Muslim than a Jew. That's facts. In Britain, that is
Why
facts.
would you be more scared of any?
It's not. That's facts. So
because of experience.
Facts.
What facts are you
exactly. I know plenty of good Muslims, mate. Plenty. But see these new guys that are coming over. They're not the same. They're not the same, man. 100%.
Wait, would it be anti-Semitic to say that you'd?
It's not Islamophobic.
Would it be anti-Semitic to say that you'd rather a Muslim than a Jew?
It's a made-up word. It's a completely made-up word, right? Thing is, you take offence. This is a problem. This is a problem with your cultures and ours, right? You take offence too much. See, if you said I hate a Christian, I'd be like, okay, I don't care. All right. You know what I mean? It's not Islamophobic. Who cares, man?
Okay, that's okay. You don't care. I'm just saying it's Islamophobic. If you want to care or disagree,
it's not though. It's not though.
All right.
It's like nowadays you can't be racist to a white man. That's what it is. It's like you can't be racist to a white man nowadays.
The opposite example is true as well. If you
so how so you're saying I'm Islamophobic?
Huh?
You're you're Islamophobic.
Huh?
What the fuck? Who's this?
I don't know.
Right, Face, you're saying I'm Islamophobic.
Yeah.
What the? That was your words. How?
Yeah.
Explain how.
Because you're saying that based off a person's religion, that they could be more dangerous than another person based off their religion. That's Islamophobic, right? If I say a Muslim person is more dangerous than a Jewish person, that's Islamophobic. They're people.
I'm just saying that's not Islamophobic.
I was just saying. Why are we like trying to compare them?
No. I'm just saying, right? I know plenty. I've grew up with Muslims all the time. I'm just saying, if I was to walk down the street, I'd be more likely to get stabbed if I'm Muslim than I would a Jew, and that is factual. That's not even a Islamophobic. That is just generally factual.
And
subjective opinion.
It is a subjective opinion, but I want to move on. I don't really want to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
What I was really trying to talk about is the Israel and Palestine.
Okay.
I don't see how Jewish people in their history relates to what they're doing right now, because
you're right.
We don't give homelands to people because they're being persecuted. This is not a universal thing that we do. We have hundreds of communities throughout the world that have been persecuted, as much so or more so than Jewish people, but we don't give them the same luxuries. You know, we don't say, oh, they're citizens of a land that was 3,000 years ago. That's ridiculous.
I'm not saying that anything that has happened before justifies what we're doing right now. That I've never said that. But where you're wrong in what you're saying is that of course, people have been persecuted in other places of the world, of course, but the Jewish people, the Jewish ethnicity, is the world's most persecuted group of people.
It's not the world's most persecuted.
Allegedly.
It's not the world's most persecuted. We don't. Allegedly, right? It's not the world's most persecuted. It's not the world's most persecuted, though. There are many different ethnicities. There are many different people groups that don't have any type of say. Don't have any type of sponsorship. The thing is about Jewish people, they have sponsorship and they have the most media attention to them. They're the world's most media focused persecuted group, right? They're not the world's most persecuted group.
Well, we're talking historically. We're not talking about
right now. We're talking historically, and this is what I'm saying.
There's not been a media institution for 400 years ago. There was no media institution for thousands of years ago. There was no media institutions.
Bro,
there were no media institutions for 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900,000 years ago.
If somebody were to tell you, if somebody were to write a history book about Napoleon, right? There's not There's not a media institution during Napoleon's time to tell you every single thing that happened to Napoleon, every outcome that would happen, right? That comes later on. That's how history works. You write after things happen, right? You don't write when the things you can write when things are going down, but you don't get the full perspective, right? You don't get everything that's encompassing. That's what I'm saying. Jewish
So we should
people,
have
Jewish.
more
I'm
more.
hold on. Let me finish. I said Jewish people, right? They have the most media attention. Jewish people, right? In media, they don't get the Native Americans don't get the same media attention as Jewish people. Kurdish people don't get the same media attention as Jewish people. Tibet people don't get the
Exactly.
same media attention as Jewish people. There are many different groups in the world that don't get the same media attention as Jewish people. That they don't focus on their history and don't focus on the
And the
persecution.
Armenians too. Let's not forget
Armenians,
about the Armenians.
Gypsies are another group. They don't get the same media attention. They don't focus on the history of their persecution like Jewish people. This is what I'm saying. Jewish people have the media attention. It's not a bad thing because you need to know about about what happened. Right? It's not changing historical facts. But I'm saying these people are have the most media attention to their persecution. They're not the most persecuted. That would be a
Uh,
extreme exaggeration.
okay. I'm not disagreeing with you that they have a lot of place in the media today. I said that before in my previous statement as well.
Okay.
What I am arguing on you with about that is that they're not the most historically most persecuted group of people ever. They are. That's not me saying that today that they're not getting media attention of it, that they're not having the most space in media, that they're not controlling different institutions. That those are two separate things, and that's where I want people to like kind of see, kind of be able to differ from. I'm not saying that the actions that Israel and the Israeli administration are doing and regime are doing today towards the Palestinian people is justified because of what has happened before.
Hmm.
But I can see why, and I can see why the country itself had some, and why people saw it necessary that Israel, the state of Israel, a safe haven for Jewish people,
and and and
could
let me
be and would be created and by that time. Okay, we
and
understand.
yeah,
The
I
thing is,
understand.
you said that Jewish people were the most persecuted. That's not true. Historically, that's not accurate. If you're talking
Okay.
about
Oh,
people who are actually persecuted, was the Rohingya people. I can type it in chat. They are recognized by the UN as the most persecuted people of all the time.
Okay, there we go. So now we established that Jewish people are not the most persecuted groups of people, right? But we're not trying to do the the victim Olympics to see who gets the most. You know what I'm saying? Who gets the most for
Victim
how
points.
yeah victim points, right? So when it comes to the establishment of Israel, the reason why they established Israel, right, is because the Europeans did not want they didn't even want the Jewish people there anymore. That's why they pushed them over to a separate continent far away from them, right? They didn't want the Jewish people there. Also, they wanted something to counteract things like pan-Arabism and the Arab countries uh gaining wealth and becoming wealthy and growing and developing. So they placed Israel there. It wasn't a decision um based off of respect or trying to help the people, um the Jewish people. It was a tactical decision based on resources, geography, land, and what they can do to counteract Arab countries and African countries from developing and growing. This is why I don't think the country of Israel should even exist. It's a army base, really. That's all it is. It's a military it's a military base. Now, do I believe Jewish people should have um some sort of rights, human rights? Yes, I believe they can obtain these. I don't think there should be an exclusive state, right? An ethno state, because I don't agree with ethno states for any group of people. But
oh, okay.
yeah, I just don't agree with the Israeli uh position, Zionist position on their establishment, you know?
So you cannot see any other group of people having their own nation, having their own.
not an ethno state.
If we're talking outside of the Jewish people.
Outside of the Jewish people, not an ethno state. You can have there are states where, like in Japan, it's mostly Japanese. But I wouldn't say if Japan wanted to establish and go around and establish an ethno state somewhere else, I would be like, this is ridiculous, right? You guys can't establish an ethno state. We're not. This is not the 20th century. We're in 2026, dude. You know what I'm saying? We're all human.
Okay.
You missed your chance to establish an ethno state.